Hey guys, so a few days back I made a couple videos and it seemed to spark some interest that there are other teachers and other people that are interested in creating videos as well. So I got into learning this, how to make videos and how to record stuff because I stream video games on twitch.tv. So I stream, so I have to record myself and broadcast myself to the internet. Thankfully, the software that I use allows me to just record to my computer that I can upload to YouTube as well. So I'm going to give you guys a rundown of what hardware I use, what software I use, and a very brief how to set it up. I may do a second video depending on interest in this one. I may do a second video with a more detailed setup, but I'll just go quick and fast right now. So, the hardware that you're going to need if you're interested in doing this. If you have a laptop with a webcam, that's pretty much all you need. I use a desktop, so I have my webcam here. Laptops have one that are built in. I have one purchased that sits on top of my monitor. If you want to write on the screen, you're going to need some kind of pad, an electronic pad that you can write with. This is the stylus I use, and this is the Wacom pad, W-A-C-O-M, Wacom pad. And all it is it's a pad that when you write on it, it's like using your mouse on the screen. It's not going to work with every program, but thankfully there are built-in programs to your laptop and my computer that it's going to work with. You have a standard keyboard and mouse, and then a microphone, which again will be on your laptop. I have a microphone attached to my gaming headphones, so that's what I use. And then on occasion, when I'm hooked up where like I'm singing or something like that, I will use my Meteor mic, which is back there. It's not currently hooked up to my computer right now. So that's the hardware that you're going to need. Again, you may have preferences that are different than mine, and that's perfectly acceptable. This is just what I purchased and what I used to make that video. I think the Wacom pads, this particular one, was $30, and I got it on sale on Black Friday for 15 or 14.99, $15, something like that. So it wasn't that bad. The webcam and stuff I spent more money on because I use it more often. So that's the hardware. The software you're going to need, though. Software you're going to need is going to be a little bit different. So you're going to need OBS Studio. I just downloaded a copy of it right now, so that way I could walk you through the setup. I use Streamlabs with OBS because, again, I use mine for video games. So mine allows for integration with video games and all kinds of stuff that's related to Twitch TV. OBS Studio allows you to record directly to your computer or laptop, and it has specific settings for that, which is already set up when you open it. So in order to get to OBS, you're going to open up the old Googs, and you're just going to type in OBS. OBS, Open Broadcast Software, is the first thing that's going to show up. When you click OBS, you will see Windows, Mac, and Linux. Choose whichever operating system you have. If you're using it on a school computer, most likely it's going to be Windows. So you'll download that. After you're done downloading, you will run the program, and this is going to come up. There's going to be a screen that shows up that says, this is your first time using it. Would you like to set it up for streaming, or would you like to set it up for recording? If you're just going to use recording, just click recording and it'll auto set it up for you. So now when you start up, you're not going to have any scenes. It's just going to say scene. It's not going to say teaching or showing or whatever. So it's just going to come up with scene. This is what it'll look like. Alright, so it'll just come up with scene over here, and what you can do is you can add additional scenes. What the scenes are is it's the it's a transition. So when I'm in this scene, for example, where my picture's up in the upper right hand corner there, versus where it is just me as a person and there's no computer showing. So those are called scenes. So this is the major piece of software that you're going to need. The other piece of software down here, if you type in snip, there's Snipping Tool, which allows you to capture a portion of your desktop, and there's also this one that's called Snip and Sketch. This is a new one. It's pretty neat because it also allows you to capture a portion of your desktop, but not only does it allow you to capture a portion of your desktop, but you can use your pad to write and draw on it. So yeah, it's pretty nifty. And this is all I used when I was making the video the other day. And I used it because I didn't have time to research and see if there was anything better to use. So this is what I worked with. It seemed to work pretty well. I didn't really have any problems. My students liked it. The only issue that I had was that I'm not very good at writing on a pad yet. So that's going to take some practice. Alright, so let's go down to a quick setup. So we have our scenes, which is our transitions between this and however you want to set it up. But you notice that there is nothing on this scene. In order to get something on the scene, you're going to have to add a source. So you click the little plus icon. It actually says that right there. Yeah, you just click the plus button or right click and add one. So click the plus button, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a display capture. So display capture is capturing your screen, your monitor. So I'm not going to rename it because I don't need to, but this is what's going to come up. It's going to look like a really trippy matrix thing, and here are your properties for this. So your properties say display 1, 2, or 3 depending on how many monitors you have hooked up. So this is what my second monitor looks like right now. This is the Streamlabs OBS that I have hooked up, and I'm going to go back to monitor 1 because I want monitor 1 to be what I am recording, right? So what I'm going to have to add now, not that, I want to add my display, or my source rather, and I'm going to look for something that says like webcam or video capture device. So video capture device, it's going to come up with your device. It'll say webcam, or mine is has the name of my webcam. It's not going to allow me to broadcast my webcam since I'm using it right now to stream to you guys. So instead, what it's going to look like is going to have a black box. Now, if you'll notice, nothing changed between my video capture device and my display capture. Nothing changed. And the reason that it didn't change is because these are layered. So my display capture is underneath my video capture. So if I wanted to change my video capture, I would click my video capture. Why is that not working? Oh, because I'm using the webcam. Well, shenanigans. Alright, well, let's see. Yep. Alright, so those eyes mean that it hides the layer. And I was trying to see if I could get my video capture device going on. Alright, since I can't do that, let me delete this and try with something else. I'll add some text. A document. Hello. This is my test text. Alright. So now I've got my test text, which doesn't show up very well, so I'm going to change the font and make it bold. There we go, bold. and we'll make it a little bit bigger. We'll make it 48. Alright. Okay. So now we can see. And I can drag this font however I'd like. Just like I could drag my webcam if my webcam was up there. We're going to pretend this is a webcam. So I could drag this anywhere I want on my screen. And it's going to lock whenever it hits the sides or the corners. So that's why my webcam and mine is always locked right in that corner, because it just locks in. And it's always proportional. So whenever you drag by the corner, it'll always be proportional. Man, I wish that I had a picture to put up there instead, so that way you guys would get... Actually, maybe I do have a picture. Let's see, image. Alright, image file, browse. I'm going to pull this over to the side so I can go to my pictures. Saved pictures. And then I'm going to pull up a picture of Colt. Alright, let's see. Let's use this picture of Colt. There we go. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and press delete key to delete my text. And we're going to pretend that picture of Colt is my webcam. So I can take this webcam and move it anywhere I want. And remember, like I was saying, that these are layers. These sources are layers. Layers? Like cakes. You know, you have different layers of cake. So if I wanted to, I could drag these layers up and down. The topmost layer is going to be on the topmost thing of your image. So if you wanted to add multiple things, you totally could. You could have images up. You could have your snipping up. You could have whatever it is you want. Whatever you want. So that is the basic setup. So I have this one scene, which is the background of my desktop and my webcam. And that's it. That's it. If I wanted to add another scene, so I will say this one is going to be showing off. So showing off, and what that means is that, and you can rearrange your scenes too, just like you would your sources. So showing off, what I use for showing off is where it's just a large picture of my webcam. And the reason that I use the large picture of the webcam is because that if I'm showing students something, if I'm showing them a hard copy of something, then they can see it, and it's large and it's right there, and they can follow along. So if I wanted to do a large copy of something, whoops, moved my video. If I wanted to use a large copy of something, it would be the same exact thing. I would press plus on the source. I would put in my webcam and then just make it large. So that way, I've got my webcam on one, and I've got the desktop on the other. So that's the basics of how to get this set up. Is you add sources to your scenes. You can have as many scenes as you'd like and as many sources as you'd like. When I game, I have quite a few scenes, and my sources are really long because it's got a bunch of different things, thanking donors, thanking people for subscribing, thanking people for following. It's got a lot of different things that's built into this that's on the overlay itself. But this is the basic setup. Now, if you were to record this, you would just click this button here where it says Start Recording. So it's highlighted there, Start Recording. And then it'll go automatically into your C drive, into your video folder. So then you can upload it to YouTube. It's got some built-in transitions, which is really nice. So you guys really don't have to do much of that. As far as editing goes, that's a different story. I've got a couple programs for editing, but I don't use them that often. So maybe I will make another video on how to edit, but this is the video that you're going to see in its entirety. I think is pretty decent. All right. Check you guys later.